So you have to gear up, as we say. What's his name? The pedophile? Biden? Yeah. If he wins, I mean, if he steals the election.
Yeah. So if he won, there's no way he's gonna win. The only way he's gonna win is by stealing it, and then it's stand back, stand by, and wait for
it's no longer would exist. It's stand up. Stand up.
Yeah.
Gear up. Basically, that's probably what you're gonna hear the word gear up, which means when we say that, it's like, don't take out your gun unless you're gonna use it. So if you ever hear gear up, it means we're ready.
Yeah.
We're ready. It's there's no turning back, and there's gonna be total chaos. It's gonna come out for the good. You guys ever Book of Revelations? You know, says exactly everything that's gonna go down. We're gonna win this country back. I guarantee you that. We're gonna win this country back.
Tell the people at home, how do you follow Q?
Many ways. Some things I cannot say to you guys, not because I don't trust you guys, but you have so many people watching this channel. If you're not able to communicate with Q right now, there's a reason why, because you're not in that platform, and I'm not gonna explain that. Yeah.
Anyways, guys, that was from about a month and a half ago or 2 months ago when Walter interviewed the Proud Boys at a Trump rally. And so these are the kinds of people that go to Trump's meetings, and this is who's going to be showing up to the White House tomorrow.
Walter is so good about going, and he can just pull it out of him.
Yeah, he pretends he's one of them. He plays the part.
He's fearless.
Yeah.
I'm afraid to go. They'd recognize me.
They recognize him a lot, and some of them think he's really funny, and they like respect what he does, but some people wish to hurt him. So it's kind of dangerous for him, and he's very recognizable. And so, yeah, I don't know. He's still going to do what he does every day, but he's a little bit careful. He's getting more careful as he goes.
I think that they recognize him. Meanwhile, he's like covered from here.
Yeah. He wears the bandana, the MAGA bandana, the MAGA hat.
Yeah, but when I talk, they'd know it was me.
Yeah.
You're an actress. Do a voice impression.
I can't.
Domenick, you were going to say something?
I was just going to say I've seen videos of him saying that Trump supporters think that he's like an undercover Trump supporter. Like,
I know.
Trying to make
When
I first saw him, I'm not gonna lie. When I first saw him, I saw a video and I took it as he was a Trump supporter, and I actually wrote something negative on him. And then somebody was like, "Oh, he's going around," and I'm like, "Oh, damn!" And this was funny. Like way back in the beginning. But yeah, he's kind of one of those guys you can't tell because he's really good at what he does.
Yeah.
So. Well, he has all the paraphernalia too.
Yeah. He's good. He's a good actor. That's what he does. He's been an actor for like 20 some odd years. I mean,
I know.
He's pretty awesome at that. So anyways, let's get started. My name is Bert. I come from California. I'm a YouTuber. I try to make content geared towards travel, food, kind of exciting trips you can do, ideas about, just different ideas about travel and everything. So I'm a YouTuber, and I'm normally not a political YouTuber until just a couple months ago, until I met all you guys. So now I'm focused on political stuff on some of my channels, but my main channel, which is called Food Expert, is focused on travel. So yeah, that's my plug. Would you like to go, BrainDaddy?
Sure. I am Mike. I'm in Arizona, which just flipped blue. I'm so excited. Only the second time in like 70 years our state has been blue. So that is really awesome. Of course, it's definitely fraudulent. I mean, obviously. Unfortunately, Trump backed out of his lawsuit here too, so it's legit now. But anyway, my TikTok channel focuses on comedy to talk about politics in a funny way, but also to provide information. And I'm super proud to be an American right now because we won. So, woo! Awesome.
Anytime you say you're proud to be American, I just think about the song, I'm proud to be an American. He's ruined the song. Trump has ruined the song. He plays it every single one of his rallies, and people just buy into it.
How about Macho Man? And honey, that was the Village People.
But
how about Fortunate Son?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, how does he play that at his rallies?
A friend of mine that was in the Village People.
Did you?
Oh yeah.
Did you see Alec Baldwin do on Saturday Night
Oh
Live?
yeah,
Sat at the piano.
he played the piano.
Abe, would you like to go next on introducing yourself?
Who, me?
Yeah. Abe.
I won't be silent because anything that has to do with Trump or any GOPer, I just say it as I see it, especially today when I realize that Trump is probably better off for his next job going on RuPaul Drag Race. You gotta go see the photo. You gotta see the photo I posted. It's fucking hilarious. It's very hilarious.
I saw that.
And then Amanda, would you like to go?
I certainly will. Hey, y'all, I'm Amanda Henn, and I don't know what kind of TikToker I am. Political, funny. I'll talk about anybody and anything. But and Bert, today that video that you did on what's the grocery store?
Trader Joe's.
Trader Joe's. I'm going next week to Louisville so I can get me some of that food.
I'll give you a list. I'll tell you what to get.
Honey,
Like the really special things.
Send me a text because I'm going to get me some of all of it. And y'all, I'm blocked on TikTok. I have ticked off a trumpet, and they even reported me that I had nudity in something in it. And I'm like, I've never even seen myself nude. What are you talking about?
Oh, shit. Oh, that's awesome. Domenick, would you like to go next?
Sure. How you doing? I'm X from XYFCenter. I basically, been going out trying to get Trump out of office, but I also tackle racial issues, women's rights, LGBTQ. I'm just trying to get the word out for everything. We all need to come together and love one another and move forward in our country. So that's what I'm doing right now. I do a live from 10:30 to 12:30 every night. It's a blue room, so there's no Trumpers in there trying to cause any issues. And anybody can come in there and say whatever they want, and we show love to everybody. So that's pretty much.
That's really nice.
I kind of like the Trumpers to come in.
They boost up your ratings.
Yeah.
Mr. Jahko, would you like? Oh, sorry. Go ahead,
Mr.
Domenick.
Jahko.
Hi.
No.
Oh, okay, Mr. Jahko.
No, let Jahko go. I'm good.
Okay. Mr. Jahko, here we go.
Hi, my name is Mr. Jahko. I'm on TikTok primarily. I do political videos, and I'm going to start back with my Black history now that Donald Trump's almost out. But it's going really well so far.
Aren't you almost at 400,000 followers on TikTok?
That too.
Must be nice.
I wouldn't know.
No.
We've got the low level like me, like 3,000. And then we got the medium level, like, I guess that would be Abe. Abe would be the medium level. And then we got the medium high level. And then we got the medium high level, which would be Amanda. And then we got Mr. Jahko, who's 500,000. I mean,
he's double what I am.
And then Domenick's at like that really high up medium level too. He's going up again too, right, Domenick? Are you at 45 now? 45K?
46,000 now. Yeah, over the last
great.
I don't know, week, I think I've gotten over 7,000. So I had one video that hit like 540,000 views, and that I got a lot of from that.
Yeah, you've been rocking it. You both BrainDaddy and you Domenick. You guys are just rocking on the Trump, like the Biden train, just rocking that Trump train.
I think I did like 35 videos in I think 3 days right before the election. I was doing 17 videos a day. I was just trying to get as much information out there as much as I could.
I usually do
whatever post. How many times a day do you post?
I go like 15, 16 times a day.
Oh my God.
Really? And Amanda?
I only do about, the most I've ever done is about 5.
Wow.
I find the more you do, the less they hit. I can do
that's
one
true.
ranting one, and it'll do 1,000,000 hits.
I have like this weird OCD where like if I'm bored I need to make a video. So it's just like
I've never been bored. I'm too lazy for boredom.
yeah, so like so what I do is I usually film like 10, 11 videos just all at once in a row. And I just log them up in my drafts and I just upload them throughout the day, like randomly.
That's really
And
smart.
don't upload on the weekends. They don't go anywhere.
I know.
Oh wow. I didn't know that. I didn't know on the weekends they didn't go anywhere. That's news for me.
Because people are usually out. That's
Yeah,
why.
they're out.
So no one.
They're out
Unless
spreading
it's
COVID.
unless it's really bad weather.
Yeah.
They're not out for long, I'll tell you that much.
Mm-mm.
So what's the new news about this new march on the 14th? It's the 14th of November, right? And it's going to be
It's this
Tomorrow.
Saturday, isn't it? Yeah,
Tomorrow.
tomorrow.
so what's it going to be like?
I think it's going to fizzle.
They seem to be very like they're not being very specific about what their plan is to do. But I know they said they wanted to do it in every state capital, not just in DC. But it's like, who are they going to get? I mean, people like Amanda just said, they're kind of fizzling out.
I think a lot of them has given up and gone. There's going to be some, but I just don't see it.
Domenick, do you remember when I texted you when you were doing your live and I said, have you heard about the Million MAGA March? I had just seen that on Twitter and you happened to be live, so that's why I jumped in to ask you. But I don't think it's going to be huge.
I didn't hear. I don't think it's going to be that big. I think it's just going to be like a bunch of idiots going out there. I think just everybody staying inside, let them go out, look stupid, and they'll all see how dumb they look and they'll go home. I mean, if you go out there and try to start trouble with them, that's exactly what.
That's what they want.
I think a lot of police presence is already planned to be there. They're coming in from other states and whatever.
They're driving their trucks and their trailers on the back.
Well, I saw that today there was a arrest of like 150 people that were tearing down the Black Lives Matter murals.
I saw that.
So they were tearing that stuff down around the White House, and they got arrested apparently. Like a lot of them got arrested. I don't know, and they're conservatives. They're not like part of the other people. They're the conservatives.
All right.
Oh, that's too bad.
Did you guys hear about that?
Go back and put them up.
You think they'll get? You think when they bend down and get the soap in the shower when they're?
They won't be very proud then.
I don't know. They might like it.
Some of them might be. I don't know. Statistically, it's
I
possible.
think there's so many of those are closet cases anyway, especially the Proud Boys. The whole idea of a gun. It's that long thing.
Hey, we can't talk about it on here. We'll get banned.
Not on here.
So,
not on here.
Mr. Jahko, you're in Florida. You're in northern Florida, right?
Oh yeah. Didn't you guys see my post? I had up a post with the storm. There was
it was bad.
Rain. There was an alligator crawling up on the land.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's cute. That's cute. Florida's going through it right now. I wonder, they shouldn't have voted red. Maybe they wouldn't be getting so much rain. They're trying to turn themselves blue now with the rain and everything.
Honey, just look at how every one of them hits Louisiana and Mississippi.
No,
God don't like them neither.
Trying to give them a message like
Mother Nature's trying to tell them they shouldn't have voted red.
That alligator was scary.
Was that real?
Palm Beach was hit like the day after the election. That storm went through and then went out and then came back and hit North Florida.
Yeah. No, that's a crazy time. And it's just a lot of retired people in Palm Beach and all over Florida.
Honey, that's all it is.
Yeah.
I got a lot here too.
But when I go out on the beach, on Palm Beach, there ain't a soul out there because all them old women's had every plastic surgery you can do, so they can't get in the sun. And I'm like, more beach for me, bitch.
Are any of you guys following that kid Spencer who does that daily scream? You know that? You know who that kid is?
I've never seen it.
He's
No.
hilarious. He's a must. You got to follow him. He's got like I don't know, 5.9 million followers.
Oh dear
wow.
God!
Like the college kid, he's hysterical and he's always screaming about something. So he was screaming about Florida. He goes, and what's with you old people? You're not going to be here in 4 years. What are you voting for? But I definitely recommend following him. He's hilarious.
There are so many of them, you can't follow them all.
I know there's so many.
I took a flight from New York to Palm Beach, Florida, and normally it would take about 15 minutes to offload an airplane, like to get an airplane
Oh
from
no,
like
baby! They're walkers and they're wheelchairs.
yeah. So it was like around 25 to 30 minutes to get everybody off the plane, and I was in the back of the plane trying to get off because I had a cruise in Miami. So I landed in Palm Beach, Florida, and I needed to take the train down to Miami. And I was really running late. Like we literally arrived at the cruise ship 10 minutes before it was completely over. We would have missed the cruise. So we were the last ones to get on the cruise ship.
The love boat.
But like we took a flight from New York and then to Palm Beach because all the flights were full. We were taking standby. And then
That
boom,
would be
we arrived.
PBI, baby.
Yeah.
Palm Beach International.
Yeah. So
And
it was just
right now it's starting the season down here, and all they do is they go to luncheons. They get dressed up, and their makeup artist and everything comes and fixes them up, and they go to a luncheon, and then they go home and take a nap, and then their stylist and their hairdresser comes back, and they go to these parties at night that they paid $10,000 to go to a party.
wow. That's a lot of money for a party.
Yeah,
And
but
then
is that
and you
happening
can't
now?
wear an outfit but once. And I'm like, where's anybody got all these clothes at? You'd have to have a condo for just your clothes.
But isn't that going to be like less now that there's COVID this season?
Oh no, they ain't nothing going on. Them old people's got their mask on, they got their ventilators ready to go.
Yeah, anyways, so this MAGA March, we're basically tomorrow. What time is it supposed to start and what's going on? Like, it's just no
I think
plan,
I heard
right?
1:00.
Did you guys see what Mike Pompeo said before? He
Yes.
said, like
They're gonna get, yes, there's gonna be a transition to the Trump second term.
it's going to be a smooth transition to the Trump second term.
Somebody
How
else,
much denial
That
are
was
these people
Pompeo
in?
that said that.
Well, they're all afraid of him.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
I agree with
insane
that.
to me. It's like you've lost. You have very clearly lost, and badly. Like, we're approaching 6 million more votes for Joe Biden than Donald Trump.
But just remember, y'all, it's an audience of one. They're
Right.
just talking to him to make him feel good about himself.
Right. He looks defeated, though. You can tell
Ooh.
when you see
Well,
him.
he
he's just
said
like,
tonight, we don't know who's going to be the winner. So I think he is kind of coming to terms with it.
He was
and
so
he,
high
no, he said,
in Arlington Cemetery. He was like,
yeah.
Like we needed to dig the hole.
I think he was so high that the only thing that he could do was just touch the thing and then go. That was it. That was the
That
only
was
thing
it.
capable of doing it.
So one thing that's really hypocritical of Pompeo is he's in charge of making sure other democracies go without a hitch. Like Hong Kong, he was like, oh, we're going to have to put sanctions on Hong Kong because they're just getting some leaders from Beijing to come over to be the puppets for the Hong Kong administration. That's an election, which is not really a true election because Beijing picks them. But he is so hypocritical because he has a problem with that, so much of a problem that he's going to sanction Hong Kong because they're kind of not really proper democracy. But then he's saying that Trump is going to have another 4 years of his administration. And it's like, that is not democracy. That is the opposite. That is called a fascist, ongoing dictatorship. It's the same thing that went on with Belarus, the fake votes that happened in Belarus with the lady and then the guy that's been in power since 1990.
We need to go over there and get rid of him.
Oh, yeah. But the problem is Trump. We first got to get rid of Trump first because Trump is going to be the next. Trump is going to be the next dictator of I mean, it's going to be the
Honey,
Belarus.
he's
Like,
gone whether he knows it or not.
Oh, he's
No,
being
but
taken
They
out.
will drag him out.
between now
but
and-
if he won, it might
Oh
have.
yeah, if he'd
dragged on.
won, it would have been a different story. But honey,
We got
us
him.
women and black women, we tore him up.
They're gonna drag him out by his
Yep.
hair, and it's gonna
I
fall
think
off.
he's going to leave before then. I think Thanksgiving he's going to fly to Palm Beach.
And we'll all be
Of
thankful.
course, you know, he'll come and interrupt me. And he'll go down there and everybody's telling him that self-pardoning thing's not going to work. And he's going to have to resign to let Pence pardon him.
You know,
So
Pence,
Joe will be the 47th.
How funny would it be?
Pence might just be
How
the
funny would
president
it
for
be?
the morning of. Like, he might actually be the shortest term president ever in the history. Because if he's just making to be the president for a couple of hours to pardon Trump, then that's what he's going to do. It's going to be a 3-hour long presidency of
Yeah, I
Pence.
think he'll leave before then because he'll want to have it all done and make sure everything tied up.
Yeah. No,
I think
definitely.
I think I think it'll be between Thanksgiving and the time between Thanksgiving and January the 20th. He's going to have to leave to ensure that it all gets done.
Yeah.
I think for Trump's ego, he has to do it that way because there's no way he's going to come out and say, "We've been defeated. I lost.
No.
And I'm conceding." He'll never do that.
No.
So he kind of has to disappear sort of quietly in the night.
Well, he goes to
For-
Mar-a-Lago every Thanksgiving.
Right.
I
So
mean, he could also pretend, which is what I think he already did.
Mhm.
He could pretend he has COVID again,
right.
right?
And pretend he's sick.
And then everyone grab the violin out and care about whatever, because and then we can.
I think that trip to the hospital is going to rear its head. I think that was just in case he lost. Then they're going to say, "Oh, he's got a heart problem or he's got something and he's got to leave."
So now he has to.
Yeah.
He has to walk away, but not because he lost.
No,
He'll still say, "I didn't lose the election." It's just
no,
because I'm
he's
sick.
never going to do that. But I think he's still going to say if he gets well, he's going to run in 2024.
Ugh.
But he's
I think-
never going to run again because he's afraid to lose again.
Which he would. I think he would at this point.
I think he would run again. I think.
He's going to start his.
Oh, sorry, we
Go
can't
ahead.
hear you. Go ahead, Dominic. Say it again.
No, I said that he's going to start his own news outlet, and that's why a lot of these Republicans are afraid of him. Because he's going to start his own news outlet, and he's going to bash on people that go after him. And then instead of running as a Republican in 2024, maybe he'll have his own party by then too.
Yeah, that's what
I don't think he'll ever run again because he's afraid of losing. He's just going to build it up, build it up, and build it up.
He'll do it in spite, just to destroy the Republican Party because they didn't stand behind him, and I think that's why the Republican Party is afraid of him. Because
Well, I think
he has
he's
a
going
lot
to
of
take
power.
over Rush
He took half
Limbaugh's
of the-
radio show.
And Rush Limbaugh is actually like dying in the next couple
Oh yeah,
of
he's
months.
got stage 4 lung cancer, and he lives in Palm Beach too.
Oof.
Yeah,
Yikes.
it's. I mean, I don't, of course, want anyone to die, but
Well, I do.
Rush Limbaugh has been smoking a long time, telling a lot of people smoking isn't bad for you.
But
And,
he's the one that started every bit of this division. He started the day that Clinton won, and he started going, "The country held hostage." He started all this crap. And I don't know if y'all saw it today, but Koch, that billionaire that he and his brother started all of the
Koch brothers.
Yeah, the Koch brothers, he apologized today by saying that their political involvement started all the division, and he said he wishes he had never started it.
Yeah, the only reason he's saying that is because he has a book that just hit the stands, So-
Honey, he don't need any money. He's
No,
got,
true, but he
he's
doesn't
got
want to
$80 billion or something.
They're also
Yeah,
obvious.
They're all
but
egomaniacs. So.
Yeah, it's all ego.
Domenick, it's kind of going in and out. I don't know if it's your internet.
Yeah, it's not. It's a little bit patchy sometimes.
I think someone's haunting my YouTube
I think I'm on a
page.
delay from you guys.
Someone keeps typing in the comments under my name, "Hi Maggie," like over and over again, and it's not. But it says it's me doing it, but I'm not typing it.
That's not me.
Yeah,
Somebody's got you,
my
baby.
thing isn't working, so
It's not me. I'm blocked.
hello to whoever.
Odd.
I don't know.
Yeah, somebody's
like when you're
writing my
signed-
name too, and I'm like, who the heck is writing my name?
Where's
I think it's
Maggie?
because when you have to change the thing that's where you're commenting, so it doesn't say all. Because if it says all, then it replies as all, and if you have someone else click, it replies as that person. So
Oh, okay. I'm like, I think I'm haunted. I don't know what's going on.
The Trumpettes has done took you over.
They possessed me.
So yeah, I'm going to be playing in a couple minutes the Mike Pompeo saying that there's going to be a continuation of this. You guys all saw that, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I just think it's so sick that Mike Pompeo said that. Like,
Of course it is.
Honey, he's just
When
kissing up to Trump.
But the
That's all it
thing
is. Make
is,
Trump
when
feel
he
better.
says it, it's just so sinister and weird.
Yeah.
I mean, the nerve, like, of someone who's actually in kind of a middle position, like, to help other countries stay on track of being a democracy,
Yeah.
for him to turn around and say that it's going to be another 4 years of Trump when we clearly won, the Biden side won. It's over. It's been
You
over
also,
the last
like,
2 weeks.
You also have the Department of Homeland Security coming out saying, this was Trump's DHS saying this was the most secure election we've ever had.
Oh,
And
he'll
all-
fire them all tomorrow.
Oh, I'm sure. He's like, how dare you say that? You're fired.
Well, today
But
he
the
did
best
say
is that
he took credit for it being the best election ever. And after he said that, then he went, but it was, it was rigged.
Yeah.
Yeah, Molly, she's an evil being. What's
Yeah.
him up?
I saw Pompeo's plane last year. We flew over to Charleston, and the day that we were leaving, Pompeo was there. There was something going on. He was trying to get out of Washington, and there was his Gulfstream sitting there with all, like Air Force One looks in that blue color, and it was his airplane. And I was like, let's go over there and egg it.
I just think it's crazy that, like, Pompeo, he's been ruining the relations with China and a lot of other countries lately.
Yeah.
The past 4 years he's been doing this, actually. It's not
Yep.
new. I mean, maybe the last 3 years. I don't know. But, like, he's been in charge the whole presidency or part of
Yep.
it. I can't remember.
All of it. He's
Okay.
been the Secretary of State.
It's hard to keep track of who's been.
Honey,
who's
they've been
been.
so many of them. Who knows?
We have got such bad relations with China that, like, they deport Americans. Like, ever since 2017, they started deporting lots of Americans. So it actually has made my life very bad in China.
Oh, yeah.
I'm always like, I'm doing anything wrong? Lots of Americans that just did one little thing. Like, they went to a restaurant. They're kind of like an advisor for a restaurant, but then they're caught there at the restaurant giving some advice to help, like, manage the restaurant, and then they get deported because they say, oh yeah, you're working. And they
Oh
were just,
my.
China was just making excuses to deport Americans because we were deporting their people here in America. And
But
we just
honey,
closed
you
down.
do so much good for China, the business.
Yeah. But they, like, Trump has ruined our relationship. Us closing down the embassy in Texas, and then they closed down the embassy, or not embassy, but consulate in Chengdu, which was really bad for relations in America and China. I've been to that consulate in Chengdu. It's huge. It's amazing. It's a beautiful place. For them to close that down means our relations are bad
bad.
with China. Yeah.
My niece builds consulates and embassies. That's what she does.
I thought it was great that the Chinese government reached out to Biden already.
I did too. I loved it.
That was
You know Putin ain't never going to.
Everybody,
And BB did too. And I can't stand him, and I'm a Jew.
can't stand him.
everybody has reached out to Biden so far. It's pretty much all said and done.
Well, I don't know. Brazil, I don't think Brazil did either, right?
Oh, who cares?
Because they're friends with Trump. The guy is in love with Trump. They're in a relationship together.
But the guy from Erdogan reached out to Biden.
You mean Turkey?
Turkey.
Can I just stop everyone to say one thing? Can
Sure.
you believe we got him out of the White House?
I know.
We did it. We did it.
We worked our butts off.
Unbelievable.
Yes, we did.
We did
I
it.
think,
We did
I
it.
think TikTok was a major
I do
plug
too.
for the whole thing.
I wish we had this in 2016.
Yeah.
I tried to tell everybody in 2016 because I'd known Donald Trump for 40 years. I knew what he was.
Yeah. No, he's
He's a
bad news.
scumbag.
Well,
And people,
that's why.
go ahead, Dominic.
I said that's why he wanted to take down TikTok before the election, because he knew that it was going to be such a power against him. After what Gen Z did at the Tulsa rally and basically bought up all the tickets and stuff, he was furious, and that's why he had such a vendetta against TikTok, and it didn't work out for him, and TikTok's still here, so it's the way it is.
Honestly, guys, I
Amen
think
to
that
that.
TikTok is like, it's kind of a dent. It made a huge dent in the Trump voting and like the education of the people that actually came out to vote for the first time, because all of our followers that were like really like us, they went out and voted maybe for the first time. Like Mr. Jahko in Florida. I mean, he has followers from all around the United States. Walter Masterson, United States followers from everywhere. I mean, and everybody, I'm saying like everybody's got followers, including Amanda. And, you know, we really pumped that message of don't let Trump win. We got to all go out and vote. Everybody helped, like every single person, Domenick and BrainDaddy. I mean, you guys have been on it since the beginning. Everybody, just even if we helped a little bit, I mean, I'm a small baby in this whole thing, but I think
we
that TikTok,
love you, honey.
I think TikTok.
I just think that a certain percentage of it, as much as it's fun and it's dancing and some hilarious people, but I definitely think a percentage should stay focused on politics.
Oh yeah.
Like the Georgia runoff is going to really be important. The transition is going to be important. Firing everybody, having goodbye parties for every one of his people. You know what I mean? Massive, get the hell out of here. You know what I mean? I just think. And never forget who these people were, and to never let up on Lady Graham or Moscow Mitch. Those two have to be tortured for the next 6 years.
Honey, Obama got him in his book. He's going to be on 60 Minutes this weekend. President Obama is, because they're releasing his book next week, and he called Lindsey Graham a backstabber. Whoever he's with at the moment, that's who he's for.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, you saw the interview that Lindsey Graham said that, like, if you don't love Joe Biden, then you
something's
don't
wrong
know,
with you.
like, you can question yourself or something like that. I'm like sitting there, and then he totally turns on him. It's just crazy.
Yeah, and where did he get $1 million?
He's a puppet.
Where did he get $1 million to donate to the Georgia runoff races out of the blue? 1 week he's screaming for money. The next week he gives Trump $500,000. Then 5 days later he gives $1 million. I mean, what, these people are just such crooks.
They're not even sneaky or hiding
they're
it.
not shy
Their hypocrisy is just so easy to prove because there's video of all of it. And
but you're wasting your time trying to
they don't care.
just talking about it, it's just a waste of time.
And just that any donation you make now to Trump and his campaign
it's going in his pocket.
Going to his kids. Yeah. His kids can actually get fees from that amount as consultants. That's what I mean. What? Unreal.
But my friend would just like their jewelry back.
Did you see the emails he was sending out to his followers they were like saying, "Oh, we need your donations now" and stuff, and it had the Trump Pence logo on it. I don't know if y'all saw it.
I saw it, and then they said you'd have to give over $80,000 for it to actually go to the campaign.
And they're actually paying for that. Like, they're giving away their money, and it's not even going to the actual campaign because there's no longer a campaign to even put it into.
Well, they said that they were taking money because they needed money for the legal fight. But in the disclaimer at the bottom, it said
owes a gob of money.
I was just about to say, and at the bottom in a small letter writing, it says 60% of the money that is collected is going to go towards paying campaign debts.
Mm-hmm.
So
yes, and part of the expenses of the campaign debts are consulting fees for John Jr., Ivanka. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Well, they're going to need it in jail to buy cigarettes and clothes.
Ooh.
I can't wait to see where Ivanka and Jared have to hide.
Honey, Jared is such a cutie pie. He's going to be somebody's BITCH.
I was going to say, like, Jared.
Because he's a pretty boy, you know?
Yeah, Jared has this minor.
His daddy went to jail, honey. Chris Christie put him in jail.
But you think he's going? Who's going to jail? That's a new game.
Honey, that's a new game.
Trump won't. Donald Trump won't go to.
Did you see him hugging the flag?
Again? He hugged the flag again?
He had a picture of him that was going viral of him hugging the flag and crying.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh,
good Lord.
Well, I think that one's photoshopped, though. It's not a true
it's probably
photo. It's just photoshopped.
Oh.
I mean,
okay.
I wouldn't be surprised, though.
They're always photoshopped. I mean, those Trump things, I mean, of course he's not going to hug the flag. He doesn't care about the American flag. He doesn't care about anything except for his power. He's a MAGA maniac.
He cares about the flag if his followers are watching him. He cares about it.
No, he cares about it if he can hide to get out of the country.
Yeah.
It's always a photo op with him. Holding the Bible upside down, that was a photo op. Hugging a flag is a photo op. All that stuff is just photo ops. It has no meaning to him, but it's just the appearance of the people that look at him.
Was a photo op.
I think he's doing it honestly in some egotistical way to have these photos in like history books. Like, if you think about it, Donald Trump is going to be in the future's history books. Like,
the laughing stock.
So, like, just think about it.
Mussolini and Hitler.
Right. Yeah.
Bert, tell us about in foreign countries. You know what's going on over there in relations to Donald Trump.
Yeah, I mean,
you guys think that Melania gave him the divorce papers yet?
Oh yeah.
For sure, they're going to get a divorce the second they get out of the White House. I mean, they're just barely holding on by a thread. They've got a double of Melania always with Trump. If Trump is actually like going out and he needs Melania there, I'm sure Melania half the time is like, I'm not going with you. Bring your double.
There was a movie one time about the president had a bad stroke. What was the name of that movie?
It was a really good movie.
Yeah.
I forgot the name.
It's like a short man's name.
Dave?
And they had Dave. That was it.
Yeah.
And they got the double to play the president. And then Sigourney Weaver played the first lady. And she walked in him on the shower. And it wasn't the same man. But Bert, you was going to tell us about foreign countries.
Oh, I mean, from what I've seen, most countries' leaders are very happy to not deal with Donald Trump because Donald Trump is an egotistical person that really, he thinks he's better than everybody else, no matter who you are. And so everybody secretly or publicly is very happy about Biden. That's why they're so fast to say, oh, we're so happy Biden is president. I mean, basically congratulating Biden right away. The only ones that didn't are like the dictators, like Erdogan in Turkey and then the leader of Brazil. And then, I mean, yeah, Putin, I mean, he's not going to congratulate him yet. And then China, they waited a week because they didn't want so much press on this thing. So they waited a couple days. They didn't want to do it right now, but like they did. They're happy. I think they're happy.
Mm-hmm.
Because they get to talk to an adult now. It's like,
well, and they know Joe Biden.
Yeah. They've already had an established relationship with him.
Yeah, he's
And
only
it
been
was-
out of office 4 years.
4 years, yeah.
Hiding, having lost the election. Sorry,
Was that your TikTok, Abe?
I pressed the wrong button. Sorry.
I was like, that wasn't matching your lips. That was weird.
That's funny. Okay, you guys, I'm going to play this clip from Mike Pompeo saying that there's going to be a continuation of the Trump presidency because he's the supreme leader. Here it is.
Is the State Department currently preparing to engage with the Biden transition team? And if not, at what point does a delay hamper a smooth transition or pose a risk to national security?
There will be a smooth transition to a second Trump administration. All right, we're ready. The world is watching what's taking place here. We're going to count all the votes. When the process is complete, there'll be electors selected. There's a process. The Constitution lays it out pretty clearly. The world should have every confidence that the transition necessary to make sure that the State Department is functional today, successful today, and successful with the president who's in office on January 20th, a minute afternoon, will also be successful.
So you believe there's widespread voter fraud, that the reports that we're getting from Pennsylvania, from Michigan, showing vote totals in massive leads or significant leads with 99% reporting are going to be overturned, and that the United States failed to conduct a fraudulent free election?
Rich, I'm the Secretary of State. I'm getting calls from all across the world. These people are watching our election. They understand that we have a legal process. They understand that this takes time, right? It took us 37 plus days in an election back in 2000. Conducted a successful transition then. I'm very confident that we will count, and we must count every legal vote. We must make sure that any vote that wasn't lawful ought not be counted. That dilutes your vote if it's done improperly. Got to get that right. When we get it right, we'll get it right. We're in good shape.
Should foreign leaders not be calling
We're in good shape.
President-elect Biden?
This department frequently sends out statements encouraging free and fair elections abroad.
Yes.
And for the losers of those elections to accept the results, doesn't President Trump's refusal to concede discredit those efforts?
That's ridiculous. And you know it's ridiculous. And you asked it because it's ridiculous. Look, the truth, you asked the question, yes, ma'am. You asked the question, if you will permit me to answer it. You asked a question that is ridiculous. This department cares deeply to make sure that elections around the world are safe and secure and free and fair. And my officers risk their lives to ensure that that happens. They work diligently on that. We often encounter situations where it's not clear about a particular election. We work to uncover facts. We work to do discovery to learn whether, in fact, the outcome, the decision that was made reflected the will of the people. That's our responsibility. It's what we try to do, along with partners all across the world, along with OSCE inspectors, to make sure that those elections were free and fair. We want every one of those votes to be counted in the same way that we have every expectation that every vote here in the United States will be counted too. It is totally appropriate. The United States has an election system that is laid out deeply in our Constitution, and we're going to make sure that we get that right. And we have, all of you have, and should be committed to making sure that that happens. I think every one of you wants that same outcome. You want every vote to be counted. You want to run the process. We want the law to be imposed in a way that reflects the reality of what took place. And that's what I think we're engaged in here in the United States. And
So Pompeo is going to find 5 or 4 million votes that are fraudulent. And he's going to, they're going to find like all these votes, and they're going to flip Pennsylvania, flip Georgia, apparently also flip Nevada and Arizona, because that's what they would have to do to get what they want.
They've already stopped fighting in Arizona, so they've already basically said Arizona's Biden's. Nevada's not. Nothing's happening in Nevada, so if you keep Nevada and Arizona where they are, they can flip Pennsylvania all they want. He still loses.
And
Like,
didn't they quit?
50,000 votes up in Pennsylvania. That ain't gonna happen neither.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
It's way too many votes.
And his lawyers in Pennsylvania, I understand,
They
resigned
quit.
because they were afraid it was going to ruin their reputation.
Yeah.
Y'all
Why?
remember the game that they used to play on Carol Burnett's show? They'd ring the bell and go, sorry!
Let's talk about the people that Trump has fired, the non-loyalists that are Trump's like kind of puppets that he's putting in these positions at the Pentagon. He's fired 3 major people in the Pentagon, which is really dangerous, really not a good move. Or have they resigned, or did they get fired?
No, they got he fired him on Twitter.
Yeah.
He didn't fire
He
him in
fired
person.
Esper. He fired.
Esper, yeah, the Secretary of Defense.
Yeah.
So some people think that
And then
he is staging a possible coup. Like
No.
he's going to be like firing these people so he can get power of the military.
Now, the military doesn't, you know, they don't take, they give their allegiance to the Constitution, not the president.
And as Maggie Haberman said today, he's not smart enough or motivated enough
No,
to do
he
it.
don't even want to be president.
Yeah.
I mean, at that
And I
point,
think
like
one of
if this whole coup happened, like we all see it, like, and it's not, we're not going to be like, oh, okay, and just take it. Like,
Well, just, you know, y'all saw General Milley come out and he
Yeah.
said, we don't, you know, we don't swear our allegiance to any man.
yes,
We swear our allegiance to the Constitution, and that's what we're going to do. And he
Yes, that
can't
was-
fire Milley.
that was fantastic. That was like a really reassuring, like,
Mhm.
they can come for us, but we're here. We're going to be fighting them back. So
Mhm.
It was so amazing. I thought it was from years ago because it's so timely.
right,
Right.
And what will happen, like if it actually did happen like that, those generals could be held liable for treason and actually go to some place like
A firing
Guantanamo
squad.
Bay. Firing squad, or like someplace like Guantanamo Bay where they're never going to see the light of day again, and it's going to be a military prison. It's not the same regulations as the ones that are here in the United States, which is 10 times worse, which I don't agree with at all. I think
No, I don't either.
that's horrible.
But they're not. They're never going to do that. There, you know, they may be some sergeants or something that would like to do it, but even because he's been so bad to the military, they don't like him either, honey.
yeah.
I love those pictures.
I have a
I've
lot
seen.
of.
Did you see those pictures on TikTok when he was coming back from playing golf the day he lost?
Yes.
And everybody was giving him the finger.
Yes.
Like, could you imagine the whole world celebrating how much they hate you?
I
Like,
know.
to
That was
take-
the most. That was the most fascinating part of all of it. Was just that within
The whole
hours,
world
the
was
whole within
celebrating.
hours of it happening, everyone just went crazy. And it's like you look at it like, well, you shouldn't be doing this because it's COVID, but holy shit, the whole world is rejoicing the fact that Donald Trump look like he needs to like read the room and go, oh shit, okay, everyone hates my guts.
Honey, within minutes in New
Yeah.
York, they were beating pots and pans with, you know, you could hear it all over New York.
Yep.
Some of my favorite TikToks this week are the Europeans that are saying, "Did you see who won?" You know, like they know our political system as much as we do. It's unbelievable.
Yep.
They hate him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they really don't. I mean, our political system with the electoral college and everything, it really needs to go away because we don't have control of who wins. Like it's not vote by vote. It's like a game of Risk. And it's like, oh yeah, Wyoming gets all the 6 votes or 8 votes. And it's like equivalent to having Wyoming actually having like 3 times the amount as California for population. Like, so it's like, if you want to make a difference in politics, just move to Wyoming and try to turn it blue.
But the
I mean-
trouble is it would take a constitutional amendment, and then you have to have 3/4 of the states to ratify it, and it won't ever happen because those little states want to have control.
'Cause
So messed up.
It benefits the Republicans more, right? The
Well, not
electoral-
really. Not really. It's
It almost
just
happened in 1970. There was a podcast on the Daily about the Electoral College. And in 1970 was the closest it's ever gotten to being ratified. But there was 2 states that held out. And one
it
of them
won't ever happen.
Alabama. What was that? Now, who was that racist governor?
Mississippi. That would be George Wallace.
Yes. He's the one. He was one of him and one other state refused, and they didn't pass. But it's a Herculean task to get it.
It's just like, you know, term limits. That won't ever happen either because those idiots would have to vote on it.
Yeah.
I just cannot believe like what has happened the past 2 weeks. I mean, actually, even the last 8 months.
How about
since COVID.
2020? It's all been crazy.
I mean, we had the COVID that like originally wasn't going to be coming to the USA, and doctors at the time were like saying, "Oh, you cannot get COVID. That's got to be like 1 in a million." But it was actually already here at that time, and people were already getting it. We just didn't have a test, and whose fault was that? It is definitely Trump's buddies, because Trump wanted to get his buddy the gig of the manufacturing the tests.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted to get him the money.
That.
So it's like, yeah, so you wait 2 months for your buddy to wake up and finally get the test out. And we didn't even get the test out until like late March. It was like mid-March.
And some of them are still not worth a poop.
Right.
Yeah. Korea had better tests than us in the beginning of February.
Yep. And remember when they first started testing, it was taking 3 weeks to get the results back.
Yeah. I got a test in right at the end of March. The long Q-tip up the nose, the hit your brain kind of feeling.
Honey, that nearly killed me.
Yeah, that took me. I think I got my results in like 2 weeks. It took them.
Yep.
So I'm like, I'm here hacking
You'd
up
be
along,
dead.
coughing. Yeah, I'm like coughing and like I get these headaches, and it's like, oh my god, am I dying or am I not dying?
Did you have it?
It's like,
Did you have it?
No, I never had it.
Yeah, I mean, I had my test done, and I didn't have any symptoms or anything. Just my household had COVID, and I was the only one who never got it because I was very careful. It takes a lot of thinking and doing everything the right way to avoid getting COVID. I knew that from the beginning. I did my research. I knew if I go outside of my room, which I never do unless it's like one time a day, and I'm going to use the bathroom or going to go directly outside to go get some sunlight, that's it. That's the only reason I would ever go.
You've lived in Asia, and they're always meticulous over there.
Yeah, no, in Asia, they're really good about that. But yeah, BrainDaddy, the reason why I was able to go to the actual toilet bathroom once a day is because, of course, I had to
I know
use bottles. I had to use bottles.
I know what going to the bathroom is.
He had to empty his chamber pot.
I used bottles. Okay, that's what I did. Too much information for you. Anyways, I'm just joking. But yeah, no, it's you have to think about the more you go out.
Bushes.
I wish. I mean, I was thinking about removing the screen so I could have a direct place outside to get outside.
I just go in the corner of my room.
I do love the expression chamber pot, though.
Yeah. I did say it, remember?
Yeah, you did. I think it's very classy of you.
But it's just with COVID, the more exposure you get. Yeah, go ahead, Domenick.
Go ahead.
Oh no,
I was just gonna say, how mad do you think that Trump? I said, how mad do you think that Trump is that the Supreme Court held up Obamacare?
Is that
was good.
Is that final?
No, it won't be final until the spring.
Oh, okay.
But they're not doing what he wants them to do.
At this point, I don't think he cares.
Yeah.
He's just doing as much damage as he can do before he leaves.
Yeah.
Hey,
I think that had to make him mad because he.
Go ahead, Domenick.
No, I just said I think that had to really make him mad because that was like the thing that he ran on, and he wanted that done, just like the wall and everything else, and he really hasn't kept any of his promises. Hasn't been able to do anything that he said he was going to do from coming in day one. And now he's leaving the office and he everything he ever promised or ever said he was going to do is nothing.
Yeah, he also wanted to appoint a conservative judge to look at gay marriage again. And none of that's really come to fruition either. I mean, thank goodness, but he's on like camera saying like I would appoint a conservative who agrees with me on my stance on homosexuality and gay marriage.
Honey,
and
he's probably slept with some men. Good God.
Ew, I don't want to think about that.
So it's really really funny. Like Trump, he is this con man, and all these people have followed Trump, and they really think that Trump is God, like he's the answer for our country. And what has he actually done? Like Biden, in 40 years of being in politics, he's actually done quite a bit. I mean, there's only so much you can do, and they all just try to write him off as doing nothing in 40 years. And then Trump has done all this stuff. All Trump has done is deregulate our EPA,
environmental.
It's not good. It's not a good thing to deregulate everything.
The only thing that the only reason he hated the Affordable Care Act is he hates Obama.
Yeah.
It don't matter what it is. If Obama had anything to do with that's what he wants to get rid of. He don't care about abortion. He don't care about gay marriage. He don't care about nothing except because Obama is he's everything that Trump is not.
Yeah.
And he hates anybody that's that smart and that accomplished.
And
Obama was loved.
Yeah, Obama loved by a lot. The first things Trump did was he overturned because Obama had basically said that trans people are considered military. He made that basically illegal. And then within weeks, Trump becoming elected, he rebanned. So it is like these little jabs he does towards Obama because he just needs to feel like he's better than him.
But the military didn't stop it. They said we're going to look at it for honey. They was just waiting until he got out.
Right.
They're never going to stop.
Listen, again, the reality is he's obsessed with himself. So wherever he goes next, it's going to be what he's thinking now. How to keep these 71 million people paying $2 or $5 or $10 a month to hear me still bloviating. So we have to stay. The way we undermine that rally, and we had all those TikTokers went and undermine that, we're going to have to do that with anything else he's doing going forward. We have to be his nemesis. We have to be his Achilles heel. That's just it. Because
forevermore.
Whether he runs or not in 4 years doesn't matter as much as destroying him and chipping away at whatever he does in the event he doesn't get some kind of jail.
They just have on the television that the Trump campaign had to shut down the fraud line because they were getting too many crank calls.
There are so many people on TikTok doing it too.
Hilarious.
That is all from TikTok. That is
it's all
from anything else. Like all those guys are doing those funny videos. Like I'm a little bit scared to do a prank phone call because it's kind of illegal. But
I'm not going to do it. I'm in enough trouble.
They were calling and farting and hanging up.
Mr. Jahko, you're the young one. Mr. Jahko, you're the young one. You can do it.
We should do it during live time, like on the live. We should call up the hotline.
The fraud hotline.
The Jerky Boys. Remember the Jerky?
Yes, the Jerky Boys.
I think Walter should do it.
I think I already did, but I'm not sure.
He's so good at all that stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, did y'all see Trump this afternoon? His hair was not yellow; it was like white.
Yeah, I did.
And somebody said, "Wonder why they didn't put that piss yellow color on it."
Because now all of his staff is gone, so there's no one to do it anymore.
He did it for a reason. I bet any money. He thought it. He thinks of himself all day long. Normally he's getting his hair done for like an hour. That was a conversation. The hairdresser was probably like, okay, here's the can of yellow spray. And he was like, no, we have to,
I think it was John Mattis that said he'd never seen anybody spend that much time on his hair.
Today,
I think I found the
beautiful shade of orange orange.
You found what, Bert?
I think I found the thing that Trump did this afternoon. I'm going to download it right now and play it for you guys.
Oh, it's
You guys
hilarious.
are saying that his hair is off-colored.
Honey, it is white.
I did on it right away. It's hilarious.
Nobody peed on him.
I don't think it's that bad, honestly. I mean, I think it looks
it
okay.
looks better.
Ivanka was fresh out of her urine today, so she couldn't give him any.
It's hard for women to get in a position to do it.
No, she goes into a funnel, into a bottle, and then they spray it. Then they spray it.
Too much information.
These are facts. I used to work on. No, I didn't, but whatever. Wow, his hair is white.
I mean, it's white.
Oh my god, it really makes the orange skin pop.
Yeah, but today's rouge was a certain shade of burnt orange.
Yeah, it's kind of what it looks like.
And so he's talking today about like coronavirus vaccines. I haven't seen this actually. So
how good. He did better than anybody in the world.
He won't be getting he's the best. To New York won't be getting the vaccines until they say something about it.
He threatened New York.
Yeah.
And then
today.
Right after Cuomo went on, what's it called? MSNBC and said, I don't know what he's talking about.
And the AG in New York said she'd sue if they didn't get the vaccine.
I keep on hearing about like how that New York or New Jersey, they didn't close down the nursing homes and like a lot of elderly people died. This was like back in March, early March. I mean, this was not just Cuomo's fault or the mayor of, the mayor, but this is actually more Trump's fault. The virus got here. We didn't have any procedure. We didn't have any pandemic team to
It
figure
should have been from the federal government.
I think in general, it was just simply put a very bad leadership representation for COVID. Like, I'm not Trump especially, but I mean, even people like you have to look at your governors too, whether they're blue or red, and go, okay, they could have done better. So
but
it starts with Trump.
I think real information from the federal government, because they're the only ones that have the CIA and all these different agencies that can give you real information.
Right.
And Trump was not giving it.
I'm from New Jersey, and I think Murphy did a great job. And Murphy continues to do a good job. I have nothing negative to say about
that's your governor?
Yeah, Governor Murphy.
Okay.
From New Jersey.
The guy in Kentucky's done a really good job too.
Oh, good.
He's done a great job.
Not Arizona. Our governor sucks. Actually, Governor Ducey.
Do you have that on first account?
Huh? Governor Ducey polled worse than Donald Trump for handling COVID. My governor was the worst in the entire country, and at one point, Arizona was the worst place in the entire flippin' world with cases per capita. And our governor was doing
that one
nothing.
up in the Dakota, that woman.
Yes,
she's pretty bad too.
Yeah.
Now it's like this is all kind of these states that got hit last. It's because of pure incompetence.
Yeah.
Like they didn't do anything. Honestly, we needed a mandate for the whole United States, and it needed to be no if and buts about it. We needed to have a $200 or $300 price tag. If you don't wear a mask, it's a fine.
Yeah.
Honey,
If
it's
it's not-
$500 if you park in a handicapped parking place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is what happened. So, like, the blue states got hit really hard first because none of us knew what we were doing. And then the red states began to show their colors by not handling. So the blue states were, oh, shit, this is happening. And they started to kind of slowly fix it. The red states didn't do anything at all from the get-go. And so that's why we were hit super hard.
Well, they still don't believe it's real.
They still don't, correct, yeah.
The reason the blue states got hit harder is because we're the highest population.
Right.
Well,
We have all the
everybody
big
was flying in
airports,
from Europe
California,
into New York and New Jersey.
Yep.
Yeah, and you have all the
we were getting everything in first.
Right.
So
yeah,
and it was hitting us first, and we had no idea it was coming.
Right.
And instead of the red states listening and doing what they should have been doing, they were like, okay. And then when it traveled across the country, it just kind of hit state to state to state. Yep. And then the blue states started to recover, and the red states started to get hit because their governors didn't do anything. And I mean, Cuomo said a whole bunch of times, listen to what we went through, learn from us, do the right thing. and they were all with Trump. They're like, oh yeah, Trump said this, and that's why they got so bad.
Yep.
They saved a lot of people who just came out and did the right thing from day one.
Oh yeah,
And
Donald Trump was
Tuesdays.
blaming Cuomo all the time.
Oh yeah.
Like Trump was like back. Like, you
It's
killed 11,000,
deflection.
people.
I mean, I'll say it once, I'll say it a million times. Trump is a murderer, and Mike Pence is a murderer.
I
They
agree.
are the ones who the buck stops with them. That's the job. They both signed up for it.
Those dogs are so funny. Anyways,
Even the
guys, I've got
dog
this.
doesn't like Trump.
I've got this clip to play with Trump's new cool hair. Let's go
Do
play
it,
that right
do
now.
it.
I'll play this one right now. The Trump's hair version.
Case levels are high, but a lot of the case levels are high because of the fact that we have the best testing program anywhere in the world. We've developed the most and the best tests, and we test far more than any other country, so it shows, obviously, more cases. By vaccinating the elderly and the high risk, we will effectively end this phase of the pandemic and allow seniors to reclaim their golden years, the golden years of their lives, which is so incredible. And it's about time that they can have those golden years. Again, this process is starting right away. Millions of doses will soon be going out the door. They're all ready, waiting for that final approval. As soon as April, the vaccine will be available to the entire general population, with the exception of places like New York State, where, for political reasons, the governor decided to say, and I don't think it's good politically. I think it's very bad from a health standpoint, but he wants to take his time on the vaccine. He doesn't trust where the vaccine's coming from. These are coming from the greatest companies anywhere in the world, greatest labs in the world. But he doesn't trust the fact that it's this White House, this administration. So we won't be delivering it to New York until we have authorization to do so. And that pains me to say that. This is a very successful, amazing vaccine at 90% and more. But so the Governor Cuomo, will have to let us know when he's ready for it. Otherwise, we can't be delivering it to a state that won't be giving it to its people immediately. And I know the people of New York very well. I know they want it. So the governor will let us know when he's ready. He's had some very bad editorials recently about this statement and what's happened with respect to nursing homes and his handling of nursing homes. And I hope he doesn't handle this as badly as he's handled the nursing homes. But we're ready to provide it as soon as they let us know that they'll actually use it.
Shepard Smith.
I like
Shepard
Smith.
That was pretty funny though. Like, so Trump is blaming Cuomo for not doing the vaccine.
He lost. Like, what's
Honey, I ain't gonna take it till I see his ass take it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Trump. I mean, I think Trump will not take it until like it's been used quite a bit. I don't think he cares.
When they
He's already
line
had
up
COVID.
his whole darn family and give them a shot, and I'm gonna see what happens.
Trump has already had COVID, so I mean, he doesn't need to take it probably for another couple of months at least.
I'm not convinced.
I don't
Kamala
think he
Harris
ever had
does,
it.
I'm not taking no vaccine.
But on the other hand, those antibodies only last for 3 months, they say. Because people's had it twice.
Yeah.
Yep.
Many
It
people
doesn't
have had it
protect.
twice.
I think someone finally died from it after having it a second time, I believe.
Yep, they did.
A lot of people die after getting it the second time.
Yeah. Because you're already damaged, and the second time you get it,
It's like
your lungs are
it's
shot.
the final shot, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not everybody that this happens to, but this does happen to quite a few people, and it just depends. And some people say that the BCG vaccine, if you get that thing, which is a French vaccine that's for tuberculosis, it can really make your symptoms of COVID very mild if you already had that before. But I mean, you can watch it yourself. Korea's done the research on it, and many other countries that get the BCG shot don't have this coronavirus.
Now,
surge.
what is it?
BCG, and it's a French vaccine, very hard to find in America. They don't give it out in Canada or in America. That's one of the reasons why we get so much COVID here. If you go to Thailand, or should I say Thailand, or if you go to even Korea, they get the BCG when they're kids, and then Albania.
Is that for tuberculosis, you said?
Yeah, tuberculosis, TB. I think Egypt also has gotten the TB shot when they were kids, and they seem to be very much open, and they're not having surges of cases in Egypt. But like the first world countries, because we don't have problems with tuberculosis, we don't take the shot. And it's not like this was not foreseen, but it just so happens that these third world countries end up getting a very mild case of coronavirus, if not any.
I mean, Africa's had very few cases of it.
I don't know what's going on with Africa. I think South Africa is like the 5th highest number, and I don't know their medical records history of their vaccines in the past.
But, you know, people in the United States are crazy about vaccines. They don't, you know, when that started about kids, their vaccines causes autism, and it was just a big old lie, too.
Yeah.
And California is the worst place in the world.
I got
Kids
my
not getting
vaccines when I was a
vaccination.
baby.
Me
I got
too.
all my vaccines, and I still have 8 toes.
I still
and
have
half a
that
tongue.
scar on my arm.
Yeah.
Oh, I
No,
don't think I have that.
Yeah, well, the scars are from like older vaccines, and those vaccines happen to give you a bigger scar. And this TB vaccine, the BCG, that gives you a massive scar on your arm. So, of course, we don't like that. But yeah, it's just typically in.
I think everybody got the TB vaccine. Well, back in my era, which was like, but I think in the early '60s.
Honey, they brought it in on a horse and buggy when I was little.
Well, my whole thing with this whole vaccine and all these treatments, it took so many years to modify how AIDS impacts people. And you had all the same amount of brilliant people all over the world trying to find medications and cures. And I just think what is happening now is just like putting Band-Aids on stuff. I don't think there's enough information and enough time to know what the end result is. I mean, we're going to find out 2 years from now. One of this stuff.
So bad.
I think here in America, it's like putting a wet Band-Aid on. Like it's just slippery and it's like it's not doing anything. Like we've been so bad with this that it's like these little patches we try to do and it's not going to do anything because we have screwed up so
Can I use a bad
badly.
analogy?
Go for
It's
it.
as slippery as a used condom.
Oh, whoa. Yeah. Sorry,
I
kids.
wouldn't know.
Too much information, Amanda.
I'm only 16 years old, Amanda.
I can't help it.
But no, it's okay. We're
Next
not
time,
on any
you know.
monetized channel tonight. No monetized channel tonight, so that's okay.
We need to get one though, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, get monetization. Yeah, I think Walter is about to hit monetization very soon. And
How many you have to have?
4,000 hours of watch time.
Oh, by the way, Bert.
That went over my head too.
I got 580 hours from that video.
Okay, just from that video.
The one with the 74,000 views out of nowhere.
But how did you get that?
That's good.
The views?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
I mean, I've put everything in them, the tags that I know what to do.
Yeah, I did that, and I'm like, my videos get maybe 10, 15 views on YouTube. And I look at it one day, and it's like, holy 32,000 views. And then like an hour later, holy crap, 57,000 views. I have no idea how it happened. And I got nothing but Trump hate the whole way time through.
Yeah.
Hey, I love Trump hate. It makes you go farther.
I made videos, reading their comments because it's fun.
Is anybody going to go over to Parler and check that out?
I'm
Good
afraid
God,
to.
no.
I'm afraid to.
Honey, I can't even operate the social media that I have.
So, Mike, you actually got 500 hours of watch time, which is a lot. Off of 80,000 views, off of a 1-minute video. So they might have watched 20, 30, 40 seconds of each video. I don't know. I need to do the math. But I think that if they're watching it on the shorts screen, on the shorts YouTube screen, which is different than the
You'll
main
watch
YouTube
the
screen,
whole thing.
it sounds like you do get paid for the shorts. Like you get hours of watch time, which is really good for you because you can get monetized very soon.
I'm still 3,000 hours away though. So
I know, but
How many subscribers does Walter have?
Walter has almost 4,000 subscribers.
I only have 1,000.
you need,
you have to
you need 1,000 to monetize.
get
Well, you need at least
monetized.
1,000.
Yeah, you have to have 1,000 to get monetized, and then you also need to have 4,000 hours of watch time, which is way harder to get than
I bet
1,000
it is.
subscribers.
I don't even know where you go to look.
There's an
Yeah.
app you can use.
But yeah, Mike, you're on your way. I mean, you'll be there probably by the end of the year or maybe next week. You just never know with YouTube because you'll just have one video that explodes. And
Yeah.
seems like this video definitely exploded and it's still getting a lot of views.
It wasn't even my work. It was someone else's work.
That's the way it goes.
BrainDaddy. You know, the Tulsa rally. You remember the Tulsa rally?
Yeah.
I put up a video. It was like people in the upper stands with like Trump signs.
Yeah.
And it said something, and I said something in the video. I was like, "Oh, look at the Trump supporters! They're hiding their faces behind the signs." And I put that up. It was like maybe 15 seconds. I had like 4 million views on it.
Wait, on YouTube?
No, on TikTok.
YouTube? Oh, okay.
Oh, on TikTok.
No, on
Nice.
TikTok. I put it up on TikTok, and it must have been. It was tagged by whatever Stan or something, Tip Top Stan or something like that, and everybody hit that video. And I mean, I have almost 1 million likes on that on TikTok. I wasn't even in it. All I said was look at the people up there, and the next thing I know, my phone was like this.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy crap, I'm still getting comments on it today. And I'm just like, are you
Oh my
kidding
God.
me?
Yeah.
I want to know, Mr. Jahko, when you realized you were exploding on TikTok and
Well,
like
I
how
can
did that
tell you
feel?
exactly. When I started doing Black History, that's when I kind of started going viral. And then when I started talking about Trump, that brought in like every time I change what I do, I attract more people. So it's like when I do something for a certain demographic of people, that attracts them, but it doesn't get the attention of other people. Then when I change it up, it gets more people, and then I change it up, it gets even more people. So I first started my Black history on just strictly Black African American history. So then that attracted African American people. Then I started switching it up by doing like Native American history and Hispanic history, and then that brought in the Latino people, and then that's how like my page just kept growing because I kept changing it up to include everybody.
Let's get the fat white Trump supporters.
I don't know what I'd
Yeah,
change
that's
it
what
to.
we're not gonna do.
That's all I get.
I just realized with all of our, if I just did the math in my head, with all of our accounts together, we're the same size of Mr. Jahko, because you're at 360,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're right there. We're like right there. We're almost
little
there.
donation. I have to go feed my dogs, you guys.
Okay, darling.
Everybody have a great day.
You needed to talk to the people that are on right now to do your outro.
Hey, so you guys just go to Won't Be Silent on TikTok or YouTube or Instagram. I mean, I guess, no more. I got bounced off of Twitter, but that's right. That's how it goes. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Bye.
All right, be safe. Have a good one.
And then also Lord Timothais, which is down in the description below. He couldn't join us today, but he'll be in next week.